I'm not wearing yoga clothes for a change. I'm wearing real clothes because I actually am doing my nonprofit consulting gig this morning. So, wearing real clothes. I also overslept a little bit and it interfered with my typical routine. Now, I am a pretty grounded person and I like to bookend my days with brief routines, a routine in the morning that grounds me and a routine in the evening that calms me down. And the 3 points I want to make today in this reel are first, the importance of having a routine. As I see it, it's my opinion. The second point is sometimes we can have too much routine in our lives. And the third point is that when you go through a period of loss, whatever that loss is, sometimes it's a good idea to stick to your usual routine for familiarity and comfort. But other times you may need to change it up to just help you heal and to help you get new perspective. So let's talk first about the importance of routines. I can remember when I worked a traditional 9 to 5 job, and many days I would be driving to work and I would see things like women sitting at traffic lights applying mascara to their eyelashes, men shaving with electric razors, not making this up. And I would ask myself, do they just jump out of bed, jump in the shower, hit the road, or did they oversleep? I mean, it could be a number of things. I was a single mother for most of my children's childhood, and it was important that we had structure in the mornings. And so I would get up early, I would journal, I would go into my dining room and have my quiet time with God, my prayer time, my devotions. My children called it the God room because they knew that's what I did in the morning. And then we would get breakfast cleaned up. Off to school they went, off to work I went. I don't know about them, but I was grounded. And in this stage of my life, as an empty nester, I like to get up, journal first thing in the morning after I feed my cat. I journal, have my coffee, read a chapter on whatever book I'm reading, catch up on the news, and then I'll have my quiet time, or maybe I'll shower first and then have my quiet time with God later. Those things ground me and really takes very, very little time. And then in the evening, my little power down routine is legs up the wall, look it up, it's a yoga posture for about 5 minutes. I massage my feet with a really nice cream, do a little reflexology, and then I do 4-7-8 breathing to just really decompress me and prepare me for bed. And of course, there's my skin and mouth routine as well, cleansing, moisturizing, brushing, flossing, all that. We need routines in our lives. And there is a beauty in having a routine in the morning and having one in the evening. Now, the second point I want to make is that sometimes we can be so rigid and so strict with our routines that we get bent out of shape when not everything's done. I haven't done my quiet time today. I woke up, I thanked God for this day. I thanked God for certain people in my life and asked protection, but I have not done my study today in the book that I'm doing. I haven't had focused prayer time. I'll pray on my way to my consulting job, but I'll do that later today. And it's okay. The world is not going to come to an end because I did not do my Bible study this morning. It will get done. Side note, I actually took a Bible study at Spring Branch Community Church last fall called Relaxed. And it was about, hey, you don't get your Bible study done. It is okay. It is okay. Just chill. We don't need to get bent out of shape if we can't do all the little steps in our routines. And then the third point I want to make is that when you go through a period of loss, sometimes you have to either change up your routine or keep your routine in order to heal. And that's a very individual thing. When I lost my husband, I stopped subscribing to the newspaper for a while because we would get up in the morning and we would read the paper and we would talk about the news and talk about world and national events. I would drink tea instead of coffee. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge tea fan. I'm just not. I love coffee, but I just couldn't do that because that's what Russ and I did together. And so I altered my routine to just help me have a different perspective. Some people may find comfort in doing the same things they did with their late spouse, significant other, former spouse, significant other, what have you. It's a very individual thing. So, a lot to think about today in terms of routines. Do you have one? Do you have a routine in the morning and in the evening? And if not, think about things that nourish you, particularly in the evening. Think about things that ground you in the morning. It's worth getting up a little earlier for and going to bed a little earlier. Are you being too rigid in your routine? Don't be so rigid. Shake it up a bit. And then if you go through a period of loss, is it more important to you and grounding to you to keep the routine that you had with that person or to change it up? A lot to think about. I love to talk about routines. Hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. And I hope that you come up with something that works for you when it comes to routines, that you don't get so rigid about them, and that if you do go through a period of loss, you find what works best for you. Have a great day and have a great week.